Hello, everybody. How are you doing? How's the Friday going? Well, today I want to focus the session on WordPress Beta 1. Hi, Carolina. How you doing? We are going to yeah, I was saying that we are going to talk about WordPress Beta 1, which has been released, I don't know, 1 hour ago or something like that. And there's a yeah, Carolina says, excited about the beta. Yeah, me too, me too. Um, I think it's going to be like an important milestone in WordPress. There are some cool features. So what I would like to do today is actually to test live some of them. There is a post published about how to test WordPress 7.0, the beta one, and we can do some tests together. So in today's stream, what I would like to do is to talk about the release party, which I think is interesting. Let's spend some time talking about what's a release party in WordPress, what are like the different steps that end in the final release of a specific version. Also, let's talk a little bit about the whole idea of releasing a WordPress version, which I think is interesting. It's a good reference for other projects. There are like beta versions, release candidates versions, and then the stable version. After that, what we can do is we can review some of the new things that are coming in WordPress 7.0, focusing on the most important ones or the most relevant ones. And then we can go and test directly some of them. So yeah, let's go. Let's go with it. First thing, the release party. Let me share some links that I have here about the release party. So every time there is a release, the day of the release, the act of releasing the specific version, that can be a beta, can be release candidate or the stable one, the release is done on what is called a release party. Let me see if I can find so for example, there is no post for the release party in 7.0, but there is one for 6.8, so we can maybe use it as reference. Then what we can do as well is to check the Slack activity in the core channel to see all the different messages. So for example here, if we go to yesterday, no, today we can see that there's been a release party that have ended, but the beginning should be over here. Yeah. So I would like to talk a little bit about this whole conversation, and then we can check the actual at the features. Carolina, is there any specific feature you are excited about in WordPress 7.0? Okay, let's talk about the release party. So there is a release squad that is actually here. Release squad for 7.0, where different people have different roles, and Amy Kamala, as you can see, is one of the release coordinators. So Carolina says, I'm curious about if there will be a UI for the AI connection, like Matt suggests, but we don't know yet. Yeah, there has been some progress in that. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let me see if I can find the specific conversation. There's been some activity, yeah, these past hours. Copy link. Yeah. So Carolina refers to this ticket, the AI connection. Yeah, you refer to this one, right? Yeah. And then this. So the thing is, and there's another post. Where's this? Here in the ticket, yeah, the merge proposal. Yeah, so it all started here. There is this ticket punted for milestone 7.0, so it's still in. Which goal was to include, yeah, the wish list after the meeting is long. Yeah, but there are some actions that have been done. So too long didn't read. What has happened is that this ticket has been renamed from @WP AI client to @WP client and corresponding connector screen. So it has expanded the scope to include this suggestion by Matt. So there was a post published. There was like a very long conversation with some contributors saying, I'm fine with this. Let's include this in 7.0. Others saying that, no, we need more time. We should do this in this way or this any other way. But then there was a message from Matt yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah. So I'm a no, because I'm going to copy link address. So this is what Matt said, like 2 days ago. So summarizing what he said is that okay, no, but because the feature is not going to have a real impact on users, because the intention was to just merge like the infrastructure, like all the internal logic to enable this feature that allows WordPress to connect with external models, but there wasn't any plans to make use of that logic. So the users are not going to see anything different, anything that people can say, wow, this is really cool for WordPress. So yeah, Matt, what he's suggesting is, okay, let's do this more exciting and let's include some real connectors that people can use to use models, and also they can apply this very quickly to real things. So that's the idea, to include something like this. And yeah, there has been some conversations, and there was a meeting yesterday with product, like to review some stuff, and this is the result of this conversation. Copy link. And the conclusion is, okay, let's do this task a bit bigger. So what happened is that the conversation was about different things, but regarding AI, yeah, the AI. Let me see if I can find. Yeah. So there's been a merge for beta 1 with the initial scope of the task, which is like all the infrastructure, all the internal infrastructure, but the task now is bigger. And for this second part that has been added, the new scope is beta 2. So the whole connectors idea is going to be implemented in the next week, because beta 2 is on the 26th, I think, or something like that. So yeah, core contributors have a week to implement this whole connectors idea, and as you can see, there's a lot of activity. So I'm pretty sure that this is going to be done. I think the idea is more or less clear. There are really good people behind this, and also with the help of AI. And also the scope has been defined in a way that is something manageable. So yeah, I think this is going to be included and will make this issue a bit more exciting. So yeah, this is something that will be in the final version of WordPress, but it's not available. Yeah, Carolina says sometimes the decision is what takes the longest, not the implementation. Yeah, that's why it's good to have a person to say, okay, let's go this way, let's go this other way, because yeah, conversations and agreements can take forever. So yeah, I think that now that there is a clear direction, there will be very few blocks in the road. So I think this looks good. I thought this wasn't going to be included in WordPress 7.0, but it seems that it's going to find its own way into the final version. But coming back to the party, I want to talk a little bit about the whole idea of the party. So here's a guide that explains releasing beta and RC versions. Well, these are all the technical steps. I don't want to go through each step, but just I think this is good information about what the beta version includes, and the idea is that there has been triage done, so all the enhancements and feature request tickets are properly included on the major version. So the idea is that before beta 1, there has to be a clear vision of which new enhancements and feature requests are going to be included on the new version, and those that there hasn't been activity or there are no clear response from the responsible, they are punted to a future version. So for example, this one you can see here, milestone. There's no milestone history, but each task has a milestone, and when we say we punt it to another release, it means that we assign this ticket to be tackled in a future release, which means to an undefined release. Let's wait for someone to decide what to do, or directly to the next one. And there are some tasks that go from one release to another. So you can see like 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, 7.0. But yeah, in this case, this was created for 7.0 and there is no other activity. I was checking this. So yeah, these are all the technical details that are mentioned here. So the combination of this chat and this document, which is mentioned here, those are like good resources to understand the whole idea of releasing releasing a version of WordPress. So there's a release party, people come here, and the idea is to gather people that can help with solving any issue that may appear during the party, and also to test the beta once is released. So first there's a announcement post that here's a draft that can be reviewed during the party, but at the end of the party that draft is published. Let me see if I can find it somewhere. Okay, this is the final post with the release, and here explains like different ways to test this version and what's new. This is something that we are going to read in a few minutes. So okay, people say hi. So first thing, the draft for the announcement is shared, and then at this point, while the whole process is going on, the release coordinator asks the committers, these are the developers with access to commit code to trunk. So it's a message to freeze any commit to trunk. So the idea is that during this process, whatever is until that moment is what is going to be packaged and what's going to be tested and reviewing. So the idea is the current code, there will be checks of things such as the unit tests and then some other things we will see. For example, time to run all unit tests. So please confirm if the unit tests are passing. And then here, Ella, she shares this link where we can see this was at this point before this, and we can see here here we can see here that all checks have passed. So good so far. What else? Can you please verify the private security unit tests are passing for the latest commit? The private security unit test. I don't know what this is. Does anybody knows? Does anybody know what this is? Private security unit tests. I would love to see a link of these tests passing. Private security unit tests. Let's look for that. Here in the core contributor handbook. Writing. So it seems that maybe only the security team knows. Yeah, it seems private security unit tests are passing for the latest commit. It seems that a separate set of tests to check something related to security. Yeah, not sure about what this is. I will ask Jean-Baptiste about this. But anyway, they pass. And then once the unit test, all the unit tests and the security unit test passed, there is a commit of the version bump. And this is a commit with this little change from alpha to beta. I think this triggers some. So let me see. WP version. Yeah, so this WP version makes that once the package is generated, once we install it, so from that package version, there is a lot of different parts of WordPress reading from that value. And when that package is compiled, for example, when we install it, we can see it here. We can see here the 7.0 version, and I think it comes from that value. So Sergey is in charge of creating the package, and the package is generated and is being placed here. And from this moment, there is some testing time. So during the release party, the release coordinator asks the people attending the release party to test. And these are like some very quick tests that can be done. Like to start with, testing that the update work well from different versions, from 4.0 to the new one, 4.9 to the new one, 6.9 to the new one, 6.9.1 to the new one, a fresh installation. Yes, some specific use cases, and people during the release party responds with an okay or KO. And here, as you can see, people start saying, okay, I have tested this, goes fine, everything is going fine. Okay. So, and then after that, some people start like checking some specific actions, like creating posts and creating a page and so on. Okay. And once we are all happy with the, it seems there are no issues, like no one has detected anything anything wrong. So yeah, you're happy with the test results, and can we proceed with the release? Okay. So I guess that, well, the package is already there. So I guess the release means to make this public. It means to publish the okay. So people is welcome to continue testing and report any issue in the support forums or in the track tickets. And from there, the nightly for trunk, the nightly builds. So here we have the post that we can use today. It's interesting to test the new features in WordPress 7.0. So this is a good reference. And then the announcement. I don't know what this means. Nightly for trunk refresh. So nightly is the latest version that includes the whatever is in trunk. And I guess that nightly. So it's like I understand it's a daily version with the latest state of WordPress, and this just means, if I understand this correctly, that the latest nightly version will be the official one, but then tomorrow is going to be again replaced with the latest in trunk. That's my understanding. But yeah, at this point, the party is over, the release is over, and we are all welcome to test the new beta version. Okay. Next thing, WordPress beta. So there is a beta version which is not meant to be used in production. And here we have several ways of testing this version. We can test it directly with Playground. This will open WordPress in the browser with this new beta version. We go here to dashboard. No. Because WP beta. A ver, let's check. Copy link address. So if we check this, copy link address, beta. If I go here to dashboard, 6.9. This version is not still available here. Going to modify this. Noting that the playground link in the playground link doesn't load 9.0 beta 1. And I'm going to the playground link in the announcement post. I'm going to ping Felipe. Okay, but we can do that, for example, with a Studio. Here I have here a Studio and I have 7.0, so we can test it here. What I have done is to install this plugin called, which is also recommended, I think, yeah, with the WordPress beta tester. We can install it, and this will make this beta version available to upload to that version. So in tools, beta testing, and here we can select bleeding edge, beta RLC only, and that detects this beta version, so you can upload to that one. Okay, so details on what to test in WordPress 7.0 is here. Okay, I'm going to write a little diagram. And if we go to the schedule, so alpha begins. Let me see if I can find. I can find here in the streams. In one of the streams I did this one. See, I'm trying to open an old diagram. So in November 12, 7.0 alpha started until today, where we have 7.0 beta. We can say this is on February 2026. this is interesting because the beta, there are like several beta versions, beta 1. Every week, I think there is a beta. Beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, beta 4. And once there's a release candidate, there is a branch created for that. So all the work is happening here in Trunk. There are like different beta versions are packaged so people can test that, but all the code it goes to Trunk. But then after beta 4, with the first release candidate, there's a branch created, and the work for the new version continues in the branch. But then Trunk opens season for the next one. So once beta 2, beta 3, beta 4 is done at some point, I don't know exactly when, but we can make this a bit longer. Some point something like this will happen. 7.0 version 1, and there will be a new branch which will include the versions of Gutenberg until that time. So we will have here, this is beta 1, beta 2. If we check the beta 2 is 26th of February. Then we have beta 3 and beta 4. This goes to the 5th of March. 5th of March, this is beta 3. And then we have the 12th of March. Which is on the 12th of March. So it's like on these moments in time, a portion of Trunk is packaged in a way that can be tested. But after beta 1, a new branch is created, and here starts 7.1 alpha, which more or less starts on the 19th of March. 2026. So checking that everything goes fine with the stream. Yeah, it seems that everything goes well. So we are right now here. we are here. In a week, we have beta 2, then we have beta 3. In this moment is when the whole WP AI client should be. Let's add WP AI client is merge including connectors. Okay. So yeah, this is more or less the schedule of the changes, and for every beta release you can use this document, help test WordPress help test of the 7.0, which link is okay. And actually add a link here. Link and help test 7.0 is this one. So let's check. Let's continue reading this document. Curious about testing releases in general and how to get started? Follow along with the testing initiatives in Make Core and join the Core Test channel on Making WordPress Slack. WordPress 7.0 will include new features that were previously only available in the Gutenberg plugin. Learn more about updates in WordPress 6.9. For versions, so these are the versions that are going to be included in the Gutenberg versions up to this point. We are right now Gutenberg 22.5, I think. If we go to make WordPress core, we can see tag Gutenberg new. So on the 4th of February, Gutenberg 0.5. The 4th of February, Gutenberg 22.5. So Gutenberg 22.6 will be released maybe next week, some point here. And here 22.7. But 22.7, I guess that it won't be. So here is release 22.6 and here 22.7. So there's still to be decided if this new version will be included, but the initial idea is that only, yeah, maybe 22.7 is also included. But the plans for now is to just include 22.6. I don't know what's the criteria to decide this. I guess that the criteria is that versions that have been properly tested, so we can imagine that 22, 23, 7, the 1st of March. So yeah, giving at least 10 days, 15 days to test that the previous version has been, because after that there are like a minor version. So yeah, I guess that to make sure is the one that has gone through at least 2 weeks. So yeah, probably this won't be included. This won't be included. This probably won't be included in WordPress 7.0 because it hasn't had enough test time. Because it hasn't had enough time yet. I think this is more or less the and here start with 7.0. Yeah. Nice. I'm going to share this in the this is roadmap of major WordPress versions, or timeline of major WordPress versions release of a major WordPress version release. Yeah. I'm going to share this in the chat. Save to share. Copy link. I don't know. I love these diagrams because I'm a visual guy and I like to have like visual representations of things, especially these different times. I think it's better to have them in a diagram. Let's continue reading this. What's new in WordPress 7.0? WordPress 7.0 boasts numerous upgrades in the editing and admin experience, delivering enhanced real-time collaboration. Let's see if I have here. Real-time collaboration. Refine customizability, new dashboard styles. We can see that We will see that in a minute. Also, what's available in the beta version is not the definitive one. And an expanded developer toolbox for people who create, design, and build with WordPress every day. Working as a team just got easier with the ability of multiple users to edit together in real time, while visual revisions allow a visual comparison between page versions. So this is regarding the real-time collaboration. What this feature enables is that different people work on the same document, on the same page, or in the same post without one blocking the other. Because until now, if one person is editing a post, you need to kind of kick out that person from editing the document if you want to edit that. So now that's not going to happen. Two people will be able to work together, and there we'll see visual representation of those people working on the document. Then regarding patterns, working with patterns has been simplified, making layout, updates, and content. Okay, bye Carolina. Happy to see you here. Okay, working with patterns has been simplified, making layout updates and content changes more intuitive. Okay, I think there was a feature. There was a feature for like duplicating patterns. That I think is referring to this, but maybe in the test instructions we can see something about this. And then view transitions. Okay, so view transitions should, let's see if view transitions, if this is enabled. If we go to here, this side, we can see some accessibility changes. Yeah, can you see the smooth transition between one page and the other? Yeah, looks nicer. Pages. Yeah, it feels better navigating through the different pages. Smooth, yeah. Yeah, and also this hasn't been finished yet. There are like some new styles that are going to be added, but yeah, this view transitions is something that has been incorporated. View transitions is an API available in browsers. So what WordPress is doing is taking advantage of it. But yeah, you can see the transitions between each page. They feel better now. What else? New and improved blocks and design features in 7.0 makes site more customizable with video embed backgrounds in the cover block. Oops. Video embed backgrounds in the cover block. A responsive enabled grid block. And new icons, breadcrumbs, and heading blocks. An updated navigation block makes menu changes easier and more reliable in fewer steps. Regarding the navigation block, there is There's a video by, let me see if I can find it. This one.
There. So if we scroll,
There is a video by Dave.
everyone who's watching this video to take a look at that, to just really get a
that explains all these navigation changes. I'm going to share this in the chat. An updated navigation block makes menu changes easier and more reliable in fewer steps. Responsive, mobile-friendly controls. Okay, responsive mobile-friendly controls in 7.0 allow you to hide or reveal blocks based on screen size. Yeah, this is one of the things that were released in one of the previous Gutenberg versions. But we can maybe quickly test this. We come here. So this will be visible only on mobile. This will be visible only on tablet and on desktop. So now what we can do, what was this? Hide. Here it is. So now we can hide blocks depending on the specific device. So this will be visible only on mobile. We can say hide on desktop and hide on tablet. Then this one, this will be only visible on tablet, so we can hide on desktop and hide on mobile. And this one, we can say hide only on desktop, hide on tablet and hide on mobile. So change this. We view post. We inspect. And here we can this will be only visible on desktop. This will be only visible on mobile. But okay, because I have a setting that emulates full width, but I don't want that. I'm not sure how can I remove this responsive edit. Is there a way responsive? Yeah, this is what I wanted. And also maybe 45, no, 100%. Yeah. So this will be visible only on desktop. This will be only visible on tablet and on mobile. So as you can see, we can hide different elements depending on the specific responsive context. While client-side media handling speeds up media processing. I haven't tested this yet. The font library screen for managing installed fonts is now enabled for all themes. This means that classic themes also can access this feature. Actually, for this font library feature and the responsive feature, in the I led the release of the Gutenberg version that included these features, and when I posted the post, I included some videos, and these things are included in WordPress 7.0. So for example, classic and hybrid theme support for the font library. This is a classic theme, and now we can see how in a classic theme we go to fonts, and we can also use this fonts manager to change the font. So we install a new font, then we go to a post. That post, change the font of the family of the font with the new one we have just installed using this new manager. We are in a classic theme, and as you can see, the new font has been applied. What else? Yeah, block visibility. This is the other one. In this case, okay, we needed to activate this, but we won't need to do this in WordPress 7.0. We go to a post, and here you have like several yeah, this is what we did. You click hide, and then you select the specific device with some predetermined dimensions, which are the standard. I think that you can. Okay, see you later. But yeah, you can see here how we can now, this changes depending on the specific device and the dimension. Nice. Let's continue. And this has been fixed. Let's continue. The font library. For developers, it's now easier to build modern experiences while staying aligned with core principles. The new WP AI client in WordPress 7.0 brings a layer into core that allows leveraging of AI models for any provider within the WordPress framework. So the AI client, we just talked about this at the beginning of the stream, so have a look at that. If you started watching that after that. But yeah, one of the big things that coming in WordPress 7.0 is this WP-AI client, which is now available in the form of a plugin, but it will be part of core. This means plugins and themes can tap into any AI model to expound on its endless options. 7.0 offers even more visibility with the client-side abilities API. This is interesting because with 6.9, the abilities API only allowed to register abilities and run abilities in the server, but now in 7.0 we will be able to also call these abilities from the client, which means that you can implement things such as like a chat, for example, that will call dynamically the abilities, or also I'm thinking commands for the command palette. They can also call these abilities via JavaScript. Also, 7.0 introduces PHP only block registration with auto-generated inspector controls, adding a new dimension to block creation, while block bindings updates for pattern overrides expand support to custom dynamic blocks. This is another thing that was available in Gutenberg 22.4, and we can check this here. So we have a pattern, and as you can see, we have a pattern and this is a custom block, editable custom block, and we cannot override anything here. The override means that, so when we have a pattern, every instance of the pattern is we insert a pattern, and each one is independent, so any change is completely new. What we can do is, what is the name? What we can do is create synced patterns that are connected with each other, so any change we do in one pattern affect the other. But then what we can also do is to introduce specific fields that we can edit. So we can change the layout of the pattern, and that change will be applied to all the instances, but the specific values for each instance can be customized. Here you have an example. Let's start from the beginning. So we have a pattern here that contains a custom block. This is one editable custom block. This is actually a synced pattern. As you can see, this is a synced pattern that contains a custom block, but this value cannot be override. So any change we do here will appear in all the instances of this pattern. But then if we go to the code and we add this filter, what we can do is to make that content editable, and we can create what is called a pattern override. We are applying this filter, block binding supported attributes, and then we add the name of the block, which is block development examples, basic editable block. It receives the supported attributes, and here what we can do is to add the attribute content of this block as something that can be overridden. And with this filter, now if we go again to the pattern, we can see how now in advance we can enable the override for that specific custom block, which is something that couldn't be done before. We enable the override, we give a name to the override, and then we can change the text for this instance without affecting the other instances. Okay, this is something really cool, especially for developers. And then we are bringing a visual refresh to the admin experiences. More things, work together in real time. Building on the momentum started in WordPress 6.9 with the ability to add nodes. This version allows multiple users editing and collaborating on the same post or page in real time. With data syncing and stabilized nodes for smoother teamwork and more streamlined editing and review process. So let's test this. Real-time collaboration. Teams can now edit posts and pages together, live from multiple locations. Let's try something simple. If we go to site, for example this one, and I'm going to tap to split view. Okay, I have one window here, I have another window here. So what I need to do is to log with another, user. In order to do that, I'm going to open Firefox and here what I can do is to copy the values. This is admin and this is the password. And if I remember correctly, I have here several users, so this is a plugin that allows me to switch very quickly to different users, so I'm going to switch to Destin. And now I have here, I'm logged as Destin, and here I'm logged as admin. So let's put these two windows here. Let's open Hello World. No, nothing happens. If I go out, I enter. Admin is currently editing. Maybe we need to switch something. Well, we shouldn't, because this is tools. Okay. Okay, there's a specific post to test this, so we can focus on that. Let's continue reading to understand what we should be able to do. So teams can now edit posts and pages together live from multiple locations with offline editing and data syncing enabled, and the new default HTTP polling sync provider with options for plugins or hosts to include WebSocket support. Okay, I don't understand what this is. With this collaborative content creation workflow, teams can brainstorm more effectively and boost productivity. Okay, for the beta period, real-time collaboration is opt-in in order to get broader feedback and testing. And then regarding notes, 7.0 introduces real-time syncing of notes that helps facilitate collaboration, a keyword shortcut for new notes, and a series of quality-focused fixes that bring more stability to the notes feature. So for example, real-time syncing of notes. Let's come here. Let's quickly check that we are in the WordPress 7.0. Okay, 7.0. Fine. Fine. So if we go to a post, all posts, and for example, we come here and we leave a note, add note. I like this intro. Note added. Add note. This was my idea. Because I need to save, maybe. I don't know. I like this intro. Add note. And then save. If I save, I still don't see anything here. A note, this was my idea. Add note. If I refresh here, okay, let's focus on the real-time collaboration thing. Let me see. Here in core, there is a channel for collab editing, real-time collaboration. Okay, so this is okay, here we have a video of so yeah, this is what we should see. So this was tested with WordPress 7.0. So to start with, we should see here the icons of the people that going to us here. I'm testing the I'm trying to test the new, what's the official name? The new real-time collaboration But before I send this message, I asked about this a few weeks ago. So the answer was, if you're running latest Gutenberg tracks a plugin, latest Gutenberg tracks covered, no problem. Either via separate tabs with the same user or a testing partner. It will not work by the in theory. Writing settings. Writing settings. Let me see. Writing. Enable real-time collaboration. Now I go to posts. Okay, this is the node that it is something. Okay, so let's go to, yeah, I think I'm missing something. I go to posts, I go to posts, admin is currently editing, which is not the case. I am 884. Okay. It was my idea. I like this intro. Blah 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 blah. Reply. In theory, I should see here. Pause, destin. But I don't see that. So the other way I am supposed to test this is with two users, two different users. Switch back to admin. If I come here, okay. This is more like it. So 1111. Okay, now I can see the two icons here, but I think this is just because the nodes. No, this is because of the nodes, not because of the real-time collaboration. Either via separate tabs with the same user. Okay, I think this is because I have the Gutenberg plugin, but we shouldn't need to enable this. there is a I'm going to ask directly here. I entered the new collaboration feature, but I'm trying to test the new real collaboration feature with the WordPress 7.0 beta 1, and maybe can link here the link here this version. Copy link address. None of the features mentioned in the announcement post seem to work. Am I missing something? And I'm going to also mention in the announcement post. Inspect. Okay, and let's wait for someone to clarify that. So let's move on to the next thing. A refined admin experience. WordPress 7.0 gives the WP admin experience a boost with a fresh default color scheme and a cleaner, more modern looking dashboard, while keeping the interface familiar. The upgraded dashboard enhances the editing experience with new visual revision comparisons and smooth transitioning between screens. So yeah, what we have seen, smooth transitioning between screens. New visual revision comparisons. Let's check this. I go to we have open classic revision screen, which was this one. But then we can go to the editor and see the revisions. this is the version where I have different text. Or different, which also applies on the editor. Nice. And okay, pretty cool. Visual revisions and view transitions. Customizing content with these creators have more flexibility in 7.0 with new tools for content and design, enhanced editing controls, and attention to mobile friendliness. Responsive editing mode. Blog visibility is now more responsive and mobile friendly with the ability for blogs to be displayed or hidden based on the screen size. We have already seen this. Pattern editing and content only interactivity. WordPress 7.0 introduces pattern level editing modes, a tree view for buttons and list blocks, and the ability to opt out of the default content only mode. The new spotlight mode helps you isolate content in patterns and nodes. Blog supports and design tools. 7.0 includes text, line, indent support, text column support, aspect radius for wide and full images. Okay, maybe this is on the test instructions for 7.0. New blogs and design options at your fingertips. 7.0 delivers a series of new and improved blogs and blog features, a streamlined navigation workflow, and a more versatile design options like video, embeds, and section backgrounds. So we have a navigation block that has been updated. Navigation workflow is now more intuitive and clear with improved editing and presentation. As I mentioned, this video from Dave explains really well like the new things coming for the navigation block. What else? Heading block. Heading levels are now available as block variations, giving more control. Hey David, how you doing? We are here reviewing the new things coming in WordPress 7.0 in the beta. We are checking the new blocks, the updates on blocks and the new blocks. So heading levels are now available as block variations, giving more control over page hierarchy and design. New blocks 7.0 makes building pages more diverse with new breadcrumbs and icons blocks. Cover block embedded videos. Video embeds can now be used as background in the cover block, opening up opportunities for sleeker. Okay, let's test this very quickly. So we have here, and if we add here, we are in the revision. So if we add here a cover, let me see if I can upload a video. So we go to pixels, videos, and download here a video. Example this one. Okay, free download. Here. Nice. The design is not super cool, but this is nice. Then we can include these videos. And what else? What can we? The cover, focal point. This is really cool. So maybe we can make this. We can explore this. Yeah, there are a lot of possibilities here. Nice. Wow, that's a very nice the cover block with video background. We always use it in a plugin. Yeah. What about YouTube videos? You are asking if we can use as a background a YouTube video. I don't think so. Can embed video from URL. Yes. Yes, we can. This is one, for example. Watch a video on YouTube video player configuration. But yeah, in theory we can embed video from URL. Let me see if we can find a video suitable for this option. Maybe it needs to be shorter. That video. No. Video player configuration error. What are the options? Embed video from URL, Vimeo or other video URL. Vimeo. You have a Vimeo video you can use as a test, David. Vimeo test. Okay. This is a video found. A video. This URL is not supported. Please enter a valid video. No, I don't use it for public video. Yeah, I don't know why this YouTube. So the option is there, but maybe it needs more testing. But yeah, that's what the beta versions are for, to check things and to provide feedback. But we can upload. Seems we have some activity in the Slack channel, maybe here. In the writing settings screen. Well, the thing is, I have tried to test this real-time collaboration, but I haven't been able to do it. So I have asked, and if it's enabled on the writing settings screen. Okay, let's go to the writing settings screen. Can come here. Copy. Okay, so let's wait for more feedback about this. Let's continue. Maybe we can check the cover block issue later to see if there is some feedback about these YouTube videos, but for now it's there, it's working. So let's continue. The grid block is now responsive enabled, allowing grid-based layouts to adapt more smoothly across screen sizes. Okay. The gallery block now has Lightbox support that lets the user click through each and view each gallery. This is really cool because there was this option for images, but now it seems it's available also for the gallery. So if we come here and if we enter gallery, maybe I can go to pixels. So we can go here to pixels. For those that don't know about it, it's a really cool place to download this. A really cool place to get nice pictures. So I'm going to just download of them. Maybe at least 4. And this one. Then I'm going to come here and upload this one. Nice. So right now there's no behavior when I click on each one of them, but if I select the gallery, and I click here and then I click enlarge on click for the whole gallery, save. Now each image can be, but what is missing is the navigation. But yeah, this is an improvement. I'm going to change the theme, appearance themes, 2024. Okay. And then we are going to posts, the world. And here we go. Okay. Yes. I have tried that logged with the same user and logged with different users. Okay, so the gallery block now allows to add the Lightbox support. Okay, developers toolbox. Working with WordPress on the backend is now more robust for developers with new and enhanced API features that support flexibility and lay a foundation for future advancements. So the client-side abilities API provides a client-side registry for WordPress capabilities that allows you to tap into new and innovative website options. So the thing is that before WordPress 7.0, abilities could only be registered and called from the server, but now now we can also register abilities from the client, and we can also call from the client, from JavaScript, the abilities that have been registered in the server. So WordPress 7.0 offers even more by introducing the web client AI API to core, enabling access to generative models. Well, this is going to be really cool because the scope of this task has been expanded. I have mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, and now it's going to include like a connectors page, so it will be more evident what you can do with this feature with WordPress. That's not been added to beta 1, but it will be added to beta 2. The web client AI API, the new AI client and API acts as a command center for accessing and communicating with generative AI models. Yeah, I have talked about this in previous streams. With providers remaining external to WordPress core and abilities API integration. Yeah, the web client AI API. Then abilities and workflows API. With the new client-side abilities package, users have access to new and hybrid abilities, filter and search functionality for abilities, and an improved command palette and UI. Okay. Blocks and patterns created on the server. So now there is a new API to register blocks using PHP, which is something that PHP developers were missing. So they are generated server side and they are auto-registered on the client. Data form, introducing new details layout, new controls, an updated trigger for panel dedicated. So this data form is a package that can be used independently in any plugin. But now in this cycle, this component has been enhanced. And then code mirror update. Code mirror has been updated. Okay. Media processing in the browser. Okay, this is the last one. So WordPress 7.0 introduces client-side media processing, leveraging the browser's capabilities to handle tasks like image resizing and compression for smoother image processing. Client-side media processing. Let me see if in core client-side media processing. I'm checking if there are some test instructions. Ta-da. Got it. Because maybe this is not possible with WordPress Studio. Okay. So the last thing is that client-side media processing. No, I want this whole thing. Client-side media processing. Okay. Yeah. I think that's the case. That let's see. Maybe it's not available. So David is saying that we are trying to find out why the new real-time collaboration feature is not working with WordPress 7.0 beta 1. At least it's not working for me. Let me know if any of you is working for you. So I have asked in this channel that is in Making WordPress Slack. The channel is Feature Real-Time Collaboration, which is the channel for this for the group of people working on this feature, and I have just launched this question. And yeah, Jacob is trying to help me. He's asking me some questions, and I share that I'm using WordPress Studio, and David says maybe it's not available in Playground installations. WordPress Studio does. I think he's got a point. Maybe that's the reason. Okay, David, join the conversation. I got you here on the chat. I got you here in the screen in the Slack. Maybe I can do a quick test with Dolby PM. It may not be available in Playground installations, but it is in WordPress Studio. Yeah, so I understand that it's not available in the WordPress, like in the Playground that is available in playground.wordpress.net, but I think that in WordPress Studio it should be. Yeah, maybe it's a bit tricky. How can I quickly test this? Are there instructions here to test it with WPM? Well, the thing is that one of the recommendations is WordPress Playground. So okay, now we're talking. So we have here about WordPress. Okay. Okay, because this wasn't available a few minutes ago. So yeah, not sure what's the reason, but we'll find out. So yeah, I think that we can finish the stream. I would like to finish with the help test WordPress 7.0. I'm checking this post. Let me share it in the chat. How to test WordPress beta versions. With Playground, which is something with local.wpm. Okay, so with CLI, okay, I can update any site. Okay, testing tickets. Key features to test, visual revisions. Okay, here we have the instructions for each real-time collaboration. Real-time collaboration is the current feature of the Gutenberg project phase 3. And this is the first iteration to landing core. You can call it RTC for short. But before it can get there, RTC needs you and your friends. Every part of this groundbreaking functionality, from front-end usability, install WordPress 7.0 beta 1. It should probably be a new installation. In the plugin, navigate to settings, writing, enable real-time collaboration. Open a post for editing. Start with a regular post, of course, but remember that pages are also posts. What to expect? Real-time collaboration only works when you are editing posts in the block editor and site editor. It won't function on other admin screens. Vale. Syncing happens over HTTP polling, so it's not instant. Okay. Yeah, I need to see what's going on. I will check this with other methods, but yeah, this is one of the things I want to test. So yeah, I think that that's going to be all for today. Today we have checked the process of releasing a major WordPress version. For example, one of the things that we have talked about is the party release for a major version, which includes like different steps. So we have gone through the chat and commented each one of the things that have happened during the release party. Then we have come here to write a diagram to try to understand the release process. So right now we are here in beta 1, then there will be a beta 2, beta 3, beta 4, and these are like snapshots of trunk. So During this process, there are issues and bugs open. They will go to trunk, and at some point there will be another snapshot of trunk, which will be encapsulated into a new package called beta 2, beta 3, beta 4. But after beta 4, there will be a new branch created from that moment, and there will be different versions: RC1, release candidate 1, release candidate 2, and then the stable, the final version. But this will be a branch, so from this moment, the 7.0 alpha will be opened in trunk. These are like tags. And the idea is that WordPress 7.0 will include all these Gutenberg versions from 22.0 until 22.6. You can see all these versions. You can see them here with the tag Gutenberg new. We have here all the Gutenberg versions. So yeah, hope you have enjoyed the streaming, and see you next week. Next week the stream will be in Spanish. So hope you all have a great weekend. See you.